We're in the courthouse and approaching one of the courtrooms. It's important for you to understand that all courtrooms have two entrances, an office entrance and a courtroom entrance. You also have to know which one you're supposed to go into. Either your lawyer can tell you, or if you don't have an attorney, you can call the county clerk's office a couple of days in advance and find out how they want to handle your check-in. If you're going into the office, you'll normally find a counter where you can give them your name and ask them where you're supposed to go from there. If you're going into the courtroom itself, simply enter and have a seat. We've now entered the courtroom. All courtrooms are broken into two main areas, the gallery and the courtroom proper. They're always separated by this kind of device, which is called the bar. In the gallery, you'll see people seated waiting for the cases to be called by the bailiff. If you're just there to watch the proceedings of the day, you should also take a seat in the gallery. Never go forward of the bar without being called forward. In the main courtroom area, there are three areas that you should be concerned with: counsel's table, the jury box, and the bench, which is behind me. Regarding counsel's table, be aware there are always two, one for each party. If you're going to come forward and speak to an attorney, it's very important that you speak to the correct attorney. So if the tables are not labeled, make sure you ask the person who they represent, the state or the defense. Regarding the jury box, obviously if there's a jury trial going on, you'll see jurors seated in this area. On a day when there's not a jury trial, you will see police officers and other witnesses who are waiting for their cases to be called. The final area is the bench. The bench is broken into three sub-areas. First, the witness area. That's where the witness would testify, and that's right next to the court reporter station who's recording all the testimony. Next is the bailiff station, where a gentleman or lady will be standing with all the files for people who are going to have cases that day. The bailiff will call you forward and call your case when it is your turn to appear in front of the judge. Finally, the judge's chair is the most important area of the bench. If the judge is on the bench, court is in session, and if he's not, there is a brief recess, and you should feel free to come forward and speak to the bailiff. Once the judge takes a seat, you should remain in the gallery unless you're called forward.